There are so many photographers trapped at 35 mm or at 50 mm, and all they wanted is to be somewhere in between. They wanted a more realistic, a more normal perspective without having to carry a heavy beast like a 24 to 70 2.8 that can give you spondylitis, or at least can age you faster, or at least can kind of make the experience of shooting a little lesser. But that was before Nikon announced the 45 mm prime for the Z mount, and that too an f2. For the crop sensor Z cameras like the Z50 and the ZFC, it will give an effective field of view of 60 mm and a depth of field of that is equivalent to having a full frame f2.8 lens. That's, I think, is quite nice. This lens will also be light at just 170 grams. It reminds me of one of these light but powerful XC Fuji lenses. For example, I have this 35mm f2 Fuji APS-C lens, which is just 130 grams. This 40mm f2 Z mount lens will be a plastic mount lens, just like this Fuji lens. So you'll have to be careful not to mount and unmount too many times to the camera, because when you do that, you frequently mount and unmount a plastic mount camera. The plastic mount can bend, but that happens over a period of time, not immediately. But at least you'll have to be okay with the fact that this lens is not outlive you. But that's okay, because it will only cost you about $300 before the retail discount. I hope wherever you are, you get some retail discounts. I know I get that in India. Now that will make this the cheapest full frame Z mount lens and one of the cheapest full frame mirrorless lenses for any brand. One thing that Nikon has highlighted in the US, Australian and their Indian websites is the quality of the bokeh that you're promised to get from this lens. I guess with those 9 blades, the bokeh will be sweet. It will be moderately dust and drip resistant and allow good close focusing ability. We will know about the optical qualities of the lens when I have that in hand and when this lens is widely available. But this makes the Z mount tantalizing for many, because now it's a great affordable option for the Z5 buyers and also for the Z7 II and Z6 II buyers as a walk around lens. Essentially, this lens will allow new users to try out the Z system without investing too heavily initially. For all those out there who are on the fence about the Nikon Z system, and about those within the system but on the fence about the Z line of lenses, can try this and immediately see the difference in terms of output, right? That this new line of lenses, this fantastic line of lenses, and this line Z gears make, this lens I think will beautifully complement the Nikon ZFC and the Z52. I have been waiting for this lens since last year, since I first saw this lens on the Nikon lens lineup in early 2020. Nikon took their time with it, but finally it's here. Just a few more days, and if there is no supply problem, this will sell like hotcakes. I am just a tad bit disappointed though, a little bit disappointed. Not exactly disappointed, I guess, but maybe it is disappointment. I don't know. I just wish that this was a metal bayonet lens and not a plastic bayonet lens. It just would have inspired more confidence in me about this lens being a daily use lens had it been a metal bayonet lens. But we will have to remember to use this lens carefully and be responsible with the gear now. At least this lens. I also think that this is a very good buy for people looking to create videos, especially because it's small and lightweight. Such a lens will be easy to use on a gimbal too. The field of view is popular for cinematographers and filmmakers too. In my experience, a 40mm lens has less perspective distortion compared to 35mm lens, but I'm really talking about seeing those focal lenses on the 24 to 70 zooms. Sitting between the excellent 35mm Z mount lens and the gorgeous 50mm 1.8, the 40mm will become a favorite choice of a kit lens for many buyers of the Z system, of the Z cameras, especially for people giving the system a try without spending too much money on it initially, which is exactly why I think Nikon has not made many compromises with this lens. I think this is a recruiter lens. I think this lens will be optically superb. I was expecting it to have some focus breathing given this lens is short, but I guess Nikon have found space to add breathing corrective elements in this one too, because I just saw Rishi from Nikon talk about it. and as per his first impressions, this has very limited focus breathing. So lens after lens, we begin to see the advantage of the Z mount. As the lens lineup grows, we begin to see that more and more. Obviously, Nikon chose to get some of the basic lenses, but very high quality professional level basic lenses like the 1.8 primes out, instead of focusing on exotic lenses like the 1.2s or 1.4s, probably in future. But I think now we're getting to see that Nikon is trying their hand in producing more niche lenses. Now the Z mount allows not only Nikon but also the third-party manufacturers to take advantage of this wonderful mount and push their design abilities. Nikon is reportedly using a new STM motor which is more effective. It's silent with super fast focus performance, which is always a good thing. Are you going to buy this lens or the 35mm, or is it going to be the 50mm Z mount lens for you? I might actually relook at the 35mm Z lens because I already have three 35mm lenses. Do not subscribe if you hated this video, or else what's stopping you from giving me a like or a little love by pressing the bell icon, and of course by subscribing the subscribe button. I mean pressing on the subscribe button. Also check out the other videos in the channel. See you very soon with another video.